Morning everyone, welcome to Education of Excellence. I am Shivajit, continuing our PT 365 lecture with you all. Today we will be studying with topic 1.3. So the first topic of today's is wetland, coastland and ocean. I hope you all have a clear idea about wetlands, coastland and ocean. Wetland refers to all those marshy land which are submerged with water. Okay, they might not be submerged for all the years or for all the time. Sometimes the water may get away. Okay, but the coastland are just the land by the side of the ocean. And I hope all of you know about the ocean is a mass water body. Okay, so the first under 1.3 topic is High Seas Treaty. Indian Cabinet approved the signing of Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdictions Agreement, that is High Sea Treaty, means beyond the coastline. So, what are high seas? As per UN Convention on Law of the Seas, demarcation of high seas, all parts of the sea that are not included in the exclusive economic zone in the territorial sea or in the internal state or internal water of a state or in the archipelago or water of an archipelago states. Okay, so not included in the special economic zone, exclusive economic zone. Unclosed demarcates defined zone. One is territorial sea. Territorial sea is up to 12 nautical miles. Contiguous zone up to 24 nautical miles. An exclusive economic zone is up to 200 nautical miles. Okay, and beyond 200 nautical miles, if any treaties are made, then it's high seas treaty. Okay, so I hope all of you knows about global commons that is beneficial to everyone. Next, BBNJ agreement, that is biodiversity beyond national jurisdiction agreement, agreement on conservation and sustainable use of marine biological diversity. So this agreement was specifically made to conserve and sustainable use of marine biological diversity areas beyond national jurisdictions. So it is under UNCLOS, United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. Please remember United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. So and 2020 it is open for signature for 2 years. Okay, it is internationally legally binding treaty. Please remember it is internationally legally binding treaty, and India is also there. Okay, because Union Cabinet approved. Okay, so next, so it is under Ministry of Art Science. Ministry of Art Science. Key provisions is area beyond national including high seas. Institutional arrangement is conference of parties COP, scientific and technical and clear housing mechanisms. Okay. Measures such as area based management tools including marine protected areas. Environment impact assessment. Okay, next is UN Convention on Law of the Sea. So please remember, it establishes international seabed authority and almost universal acceptance. So next is coral bleaching. So what is the reason for coral bleaching and where and how the news has come? So more about the instance of bleaching. So Lakshadweep Island made of coral atolls is at a significant risk. So Lakshadweep Island is made of atoll. Okay, coral atolls. Okay, and is at a significant risk. So what is bleaching? Bleaching is seen across almost all the species like Acropora muricata and Pora cylindrica. So this is the two species of coral which are on the brink of bleaching. Okay, so in the Karavati Island. So where in the Kavarati Island? Sorry, in the Kavarati Island. Okay, so Kavarati is where it is in Lakshadweep. Species that are often more stress tolerant, such as Pora lutea and Pavona variants, have also begun to bleach in the Lakshadweep. सो सी मैनी कॉरल्स ऐसे भी कॉरल्स होते हैं जिनको गर्मी या फिर वाटर में ज़्यादा पोल्यूशन होने का कोई फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता है, वो भी आजकल स्ट्रेस होने लगा है. स्ट्रेस मतलब क्या है? वो भी ब्लीच होना शुरू हो रहा है. ठीक है. सो नेक्स्ट, सो प्लीज रिमेंबर एक्रोपोरा मोरिकाटा एंड पोरा cylindrica. Okay, in which? In Kavarati Island or in Lakshadweep. Okay, so next, the live coral vulture. Next is coral bleaching is started, but it is limited to one species like Goniopora. In Goa, coral bleaching also started, but it is limited to Goniopora. About coral bleaching, corals are invertebrate animals belonging to a larger group of animals called Cnidaria. Cnidaria. Okay. Generally classified as hard coral and soft coral. I hope all of you know. Hard coral, that is rebuilding coral having rock-like skeletons, and soft coral is just opposite of this. Coral reefs are formed by the polyps of hard coral which establish a symbiotic relationship with microscopic algae called zooxanthellae. Okay. So significance of reef, it is also called rainforest of the ocean due to high biodiversity and productivity. So what are the initiatives taken for coral conservations in India are: number one, legal, that is like Coastal Regulation Zone Notification and Environment Protection Act. Coral species are listed under Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act. So please remember, coral species are included in the Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act. Next, coral reef recovery project Mithapur, Gulf of Kutch and Gujarat's Marine National Park launched. So this is under Wildlife Trust of India. Next is Zoological Survey of India with the Gujarat Forest Department. It uses BioRock technology. So this is another process of conserving and making sustainable use of the coral bleach. Okay. Next is global initiatives. So what are the global initiatives? International Coral Reef Initiatives. India is also a member. Please remember, International Coral Reef Initiatives. India is also a member. And next that is Coral Research and Development Accelerator Platform by G20. So Ramsar sites, recently new wetlands from India were added to the Ramsar sites list, taking the number to a total of 85. So total number of Ramsar sites at present is 85. So what are those wetlands? The first is Naginatki Bird Sanctuary. It is in Bihar. Okay, these are all man-made reservoirs and deciduous forest. I hope all of you know, so no need to remember it. So Naginatki Bird Sanctuary is in Bihar. Nanjarayan Bird Sanctuary is in Tamil Nadu. Khajuveli Bird Sanctuary is in Tamil Nadu. Tawa Reservoir is in Madhya Pradesh. So please remember, Tamil Nadu has got two wetlands. One is in Bihar, another is in Madhya Pradesh. So in Madhya Pradesh it is Tawa Reservoir. Okay. So in the Tawa Reservoir, it is constructed at a confluence of Tawa and Denva River. So in Tawa Reservoir, the wildlife sanctuary is the Satpura Tiger Reserve and borders Satpura National Park and Pori Wildlife Sanctuary. So Tawa Reservoir is between Satpura National Park and Pori Wildlife Sanctuary. Please remember. Okay. Khejuveli Bird Sanctuary is in Tamil Nadu. It is a brackish shallow lake connected to a Bay of Bengal. Okay. Next is Nanjarayan Bird Sanctuary. It is also shallow wetlands. And Naganatki Bird Sanctuary, it is in Bihar. Okay. So Naganatki, please remember, Naganatki is in Bihar, Nanjarayan is in Tamil Nadu, Khejuveli Bird Sanctuary is in Tamil Nadu, Tawa Reservoir is in Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh, the wetland that is in Madhya Pradesh, it is the confluence of Tawa and Denva River. Okay. And Satpura National Park and Pori Wildlife Sanctuary. So please remember. So to declare a wetlands, it has to meet at least one of 9 criteria. So to review supports and exist significance, 6% are available, 40% of global biodiversity, function as a kidney of Earth. I hope everyone knows. So one is Montrex record. What is Montrex record? Ramsar sites where changes in ecological character are occurring or likely to occur as a result of technological development, pollution, or other human interference. So when a site is declared as a रामसर साइट, जबकि पकड़ लो फॉर एग्जांपल कोई जगह को हमने रामसर साइट डिक्लेयर किया है, जैसे कि वेटलैंड्स, किसी वेटलैंड्स को, अब उस वेटलैंड्स पे ऐसा क्या हो रहा है कि उसमें कुछ फर्दर चेंजेस होने की एक्सपेक्टेशंस है, या फिर कुछ डेवलपमेंट होने के कारण उस रामसर साइट शायद डिस्ट्रॉय हो सकता है, या फिर पोल्यूशन हो सकता है, जो भी हो, कुछ हो, तब हम किसी क्या करते हैं, उसको और ज़्यादा प्रायोरिटी देने के लिए हम इसे मॉन्ट्रेक्स रिकॉर्ड में ला के दे देते हैं. ठीक है, समझ में आया. So Tamil Nadu has maximum Ramsar sites followed by Uttar Pradesh. So please remember, the maximum number of Ramsar sites are located in Tamil Nadu, which is followed by Uttar Pradesh. Okay, and in this year, as well as in this period, we have covered 2 Ramsar sites of Tamil Nadu. One is what? Nanjarayan and Khajuveli Bird Sanctuary, and Tawa Reservoir is in Madhya Pradesh, and Naginatki Bird Sanctuary is in Bihar. Okay, the next other wetlands in news. So what are the other wetlands? So one is Pangong Tiso Lake. Pangong Tiso Lake is in Ladakh. Okay. So world's highest saltwater lake, and 1/3 of the lake lies in India. changes color at different times, not a part of Indus River Basin. So it is not a part of Indus River Basin, please remember. Next is Kanwar Lake, Abarkavartal wetlands. So it is in Bihar. Kanwar Lake is in Bihar. Pangong Tea is in Ladakh. Bihar's first Ramsar site, and just now we have read as Naginatki Bird Sanctuary. Next is Pulicat Lake. Where is in Pulicat Lake? Pulicat Lake is in confluence in the of Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Sorry. Yes. Pulicat Lake is just between Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Pulicat Lake. It is the second largest brackish water lake. And the fourth is Sundarban. I hope everyone knows where is Sundarban. Okay. Next, other related news. United Nations Water Conservation Spring Initiatives. So what is Spring Initiatives? Supported by collaboration of 200 investors managing a combined 50 trillion in assets. So it is basically an initiative to halt or reverse natural loss by 2030. Okay, so this is basically an initiative for conservation of nature. Next is shallow aquifer management. It is launched in Telangana. Shallow aquifer management. So it is basically launched in Telangana. So it basically deals with sustainable urban water management technique. It involves drilling shallow water borewell to pump water. Okay. Next, it is a part of Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation. So it is a part of Amrut's scheme. Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation. Okay. Next is Fish Meep Initiative. So what is from what you can recognize about Fish Meep? So Fish Meep is something about fish. Okay. So this is about global projections for exploitable fish biomass show more than a 10% decline. About Fish Meep Initiative, Genesis Fisheries and Marine Ecosystem Merchant. Okay. Fish Meep 2.0 established was beautiful to increase the reliability of modeling projections. So now Fish Meep 2.0 has been launched. Okay. Next terms in news. What are the terms? Plankton crash. So what is plankton crash? So Noctiluca scintillans, a type of phytoplankton, turn a red color and large number of experience a crash leading to a release in colored pigment from their cells. This pigment then stick to rocks and the sea floor, forming a biofilm-like layer and causing a red tides. Plankton crashes happen due to lack of nutrients or lack of carbon dioxide in the earlier part of the production cycle. Plankton may also die later in the cycle due to sudden changes in the water quality. So just now we have also read about the coral bleaching. So coral bleaching might happen due to temperature inversion or more pollution in water or mixing of chemicals with water. Okay, so which normally distracts the normal life process. In the same way, plankton crash is also like this. So due to plankton crash, a red color pigment has been released in the water body. So which results in making a layer above the rocks, which may cause red tides. Okay, and this crash has happened due to lack of nutrients or lack of carbon dioxide. Next is gap limitation. What is gap limitation? Concept in ecology that refers to physical constraint the size of prey that a predator can consume. This limitation is primarily determined by the size of the predator's mouth or gape. So please remember what is gape. Gape is the size of the predator's mouth. And what is gape limitation? Now see, जैसे कि आप देखते हो ना लायन के जबड़ा हाँ या फिर जो भी कुछ हो तो उसका जितना मुंह खोलने का कैपेसिटी होता है उतना ही वो जो शिकार करेगा उतना ही खा पाएगा ना, इससे ज़्यादा तो नहीं कर पाएगा. सो which provides limitation to lion to just go for small animals and not the big like elephants or something like. Why? Because उसका gap जो है वो छोटा है. ठीक है. और what is gap? Gap is just like mouth size. It also has an effect on the food web, dive adaptations and regulate predative parents. Next is megafauna. What is megafauna? I hope all of you know about the fungi when we use the word fungi, and I hope you remembered. So please recall it. We have also read about the fungi. Okay, flora and fauna. When we use the word both flora and fauna together, so we can use instead of flora and fauna as fungi. So what is megafauna? It describes animal about a certain weight threshold. Generally, megafauna may be classified based on their dietary type as mega herbivores and mega carnivores and mega omnivores. Okay. Next is stromatolites. What is stromatolites? They refer to a range of microbial communities that are associated with a layer of rocks. So please remember, stromatolites not just is associated with the plants, because many times you can confuse, because stromata we have also heard in case of plants. So but here stomata is in plants, but stromata is associated with rocks. Okay, they are partially responsible for great oxygenation events our atmosphere by introducing oxygen. Next is environmental DNA. What is environmental DNA? eDNA. eDNA is an organismal DNA that is released in the environment from cellular material shared with other organisms by a skin or excrement into aquatic or terrestrial environments. Okay, so this DNA are released through the skin. Okay, eDNA, environmental DNA, and which is acquired to the aquatic or terrestrial other environments. eDNA is increasingly being used to detect the presence of species and assess the biodiversity in ecosystem. Next is speciation. What is speciation? Speciation is a lineage splitting event that produces two or more separate species. This process generates biodiversity. So what is speciation? When it categorizes a species or when it further create species from one species to two and two to four, this is called speciation. Okay. So mode of speciation is in allopatric, peripatric, and parapatric and sympatric. So what is allopatric? So a new species formed from geographically isolated population. कुछ कम था या फिर किसी जगह पे कॉन्सेंट्रेटेड थे, उसमें से हमने क्या किया है और ज़्यादा स्पीसीज बना दिया, उसे हम क्या कहते हैं? एलोपैट्रिक. ओके. नेक्स्ट इज पेरीपैट्रिक. पेरीपैट्रिक इज फॉर्म फ्रॉम स्मॉल पॉपुलेशन आइसोलेटेड द एज ऑफ द लार्जर पॉपुलेशन. किसी झुंड पे बहुत सारे जानवर रहते थे, उनमें से एक जानवर ऐसा था जिसका पॉपुलेशन कम था. ठीक है. सो पेरीपैट्रिक मतलब दूसरे के बीच में से एक स्पीसीज लिया, उसका और स्पीसीज बना दिया. पैरापेट्रिक मतलब न्यू स्पीसीज फॉर्म फ्रॉम अ कंटिन्यूअसली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड पॉपुलेशन. पैरापेट्रिक मतलब क्या है? एक पॉपुलेशन है जो ज़्यादा है, पर उससे भी हमने क्या किया? अलग स्पीसीज बना दिया. सिंपेट्रिक. सिंपेट्रिक विद इन रेंजेस ऑफ एंसेस्ट्रल पॉपुलेशन. ओके. नेक्स्ट इज bioluminescence. What is bioluminescence? It is property of living organisms to emit light. So one is please remember luminous. Have you ever heard about luminous? Luminous is just an example of valve or electricity. Yes or no? So see, bioluminescence. So from lumin you have to recognize that it is something like related to light, and since it is bio, so related to something called life or organism. So light emitted by is produced by energy released from enzyme catalyzed oxidation reaction. So it is basically an oxidation reaction. Okay. Next is factory warming. What is factory warming? Factory warming refers to a system of raising livestock and poultry in high density facilities under controlled conditions. So factory warming. What is my factory? Factory is basically, we know that where maximum production takes place, where mass production takes place. So since here the word factory farming in use, so it is basically associated with livestock. Okay. Next is woody encroachment. It is an increase of tree and shrub cover and is widespread across the most ecosystems. Green water and blue water. What is green water and blue water? Green water refers to the moisture in soil and vegetation, part of the hydrogen, whereas blue water refers to lakes, rivers, and reservoirs. So please remember, green water is in soils and vegetations, whereas blue water, lakes, rivers, and reservoirs. In blue water, precipitation, whereas in green water, it is transpiration. Okay. So some organizations in news. What is this? Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Fauna, that is CITES. So it is an international legally binding. Okay. India is also a member. CITES, that is their Appendix 3, Appendix 1, Appendix 2, and Appendix 3. Species are threatened with extinction. Appendix 1. Species are not currently threatened is Appendix 2, and Species 3 listed at parties' request. So please remember, Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species, headquarters Switzerland, and India is also a member. Okay. Next is International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN status. Okay, so IUCN status is also a Switzerland headquarters. IUCN Greenwich World Conservation Congress, nature-based solution. So next is World Wildlife Fund. It is also headquarters Switzerland. So IUCN, sites and WWF. These all headquarters are on Switzerland. It is also international non-profit organizations. Okay, organized worldwide movement Earth Hour. So who is basically associated for organizing a movement called Earth Hour? It is Worldwide Fund. Okay. Next, we are moving to the second topic, that is climate change, nationally determined contributions, NDC. So I hope this is repeatedly in news from the previous year. National determined contribution, national determined contribution. So what is? Each party to the Paris Agreement is required to establish an NDC and update it every 5 years. India submitted the first NDC 2015 and updated in 2022. सो इंडिया ने सबसे पहला कब किया था 2015 को, और उसे अपडेट किया 2022 को. अब क्या अपडेट किया है देख लेते हैं आप. सो क्वांटिटेटिव टारगेट्स फॉर 2030. सो व्हाट आर द 2030 टारगेट्स? So 2030 target say reduce the emission intensity of its GDP from 2005 level. So emission intensity as compared to GDP. प्रीवियस एनडीसी 2015 उसने बोला था क्या, इंडिया ने क्या बोला था, इंडिया ने बोला था हम कितना रिड्यूस करेंगे 33 to 35%. बट नाउ वी हैव अपडेटेड टू 45%, मीन्स वी विल बी रिड्यूसिंग बाय 40. अच्छा सॉरी, प्रीवियस एनडीसी 2015 की 30 to 35. ओके पर हमने कितना रिड्यूस कर लिया 45%. ओके और रिड्यूस 33% हम कब का कर लिए थे 2019 तक हमने ये ख़त्म कर दिया था. ओके नेक्स्ट, cumulative electric power loss installed from capacity non-fossil fuel based. So non-fossil fuel based is basically a coal power plant station. Okay, so our target was to reduce by 40%, but we have reduced by 50%, and we achieved 43% by October 2023. Now one thing, see, there is a dilemma. The target is says that we have to reduce our power plant station, but since as a developing country we cannot reduce the number of power stations in a rapid way. So what we did is that on an average we increase the number of power stations. And we increase in the form like hydrological and thermal power plants. Okay, so that the coal-based power plant becomes 50%. And when we achieved by October 2023. Next is India's Panchamrit. So India's Panchamrit from environmental point of view is that Panchamrit in COP26 held at Glasgow reach 500 gigawatt of non-fossil energy capacity by 2030. So Panchamrit, so please remember you can use it as a GS preference in any subjects. Okay, so reach 500 gigawatt of non-fossil energy by 2030. Meet 50% of its energy requirement from renewable energy by 2030. Okay, reduction of total projected carbon emissions by 1 million tons and reduction of the carbon intensity of the economy by 45% by 2030. Okay, 45% we have already achieved. So we are 45%. Next is International Conference, Convention and Initiatives. So UNFSCC COP29, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So COP29 held at Baku, Azerbaijan. Okay, ending with Baku Climate Unity Pact. So Baku, Azerbaijan, Baku Climate Unity Pact. COP, highest decision making body, UNFCCC members annually review climate and progress. COP30 will, so COP29 held at Baku, Azerbaijan. So COP30 will occur in Belém, Brazil. Brazil is in South Africa. Okay. So next time UNFC COP will be held in Brazil. Okay, please remember. So first COP meeting was held is the non-NATO. Okay. So please have a look on those new collective quantitative goal on climate finance or Baku finance goal. So these are some of the agreement that has been launched. Okay. Baku finance goal. Triple finance to USD 300 billion annually by 2035. And efforts to mobilize 1.3 billion by 2035 from public and private sources. Carbon market and Article 6 finalize the rule Article 6 of the Paris Agreement. Transparency, all transparency negotiations for including enhanced transparency framework. Okay. Adaptation, Baku adaptation roadmap and Baku high level dialogue on adaptation to enhance UE framework for global climate resilience implementation. Indigenous people and local communities facilitative of working group for the local communities indigenous, gender and climate change. So extended and the enhanced Lima work program on gender and climate change. So please remember, Lima work program is basically associated with gender phenomena. Okay, Lima work program. So key agreements: Kyoto Protocol and Paris Agreement. These are all Kyoto is binding. Okay, and now we have seen about one is binding agreements. Okay, so key initiatives declaration launched COP20. So what is the key initiatives or declaration? Reduce methane from organic waste declaration. Okay. Next is global energy and storage and grids pledge COP20 presidency aims at target for 2030, deploying 1500 gigawatt of energy storage. Next is green energy pledge, green energy zone corridor, hydrogen declaration, accelerated production and use of clean hydrogen, Baku Harmonia Climate Initiative, Farmers Climate Finance Action Fund, Baku Initiative for Climate Finance Investment and Trade. Okay, next is global matchmaking. So these are some of the declaration on green digital action, continuity coalitions for climate and health, Baku dialogue on water for climate action, and 1.5-degree partnership for action on climate transition program. Okay. So other initiatives: CP20 declaration and enhance climate action in tourism, Global Energy Efficiency Alliance, Global Alliance on Palm Storage, raising ambition and accelerating delivery of climate finance. So these are something. So what is India at COP29? India proposed a goal of $1.3 trillion annually under NCOG. Okay, India asserted that developed countries should provide financial and technological support to developing countries for just transitions. It is not new. It has been repeatedly the same demand from the earlier. Okay. Opposed follow-up mechanism for global stocktake. Outcomes criticized the UAE dialogue text for its lack of connection to finance and imbalance. So now the side events: lead IT meet, co-hosted with Sweden, aim to accelerate low carbon industry transition. Article 6, which Article 6? Article 6 of Paris Agreement. So okay, what is Paris Agreement? Paris Agreement about reducing the carbon dioxide emission. So please remember, okay. So please have a look on those Article 6.2, 6.4 and 6.8. So Article 6.2 and 6.4 is market-based approach and our market-based 6.8. Decentralized approach for bilateral cooperation and centralized approach for Paris Agreement Article 6.4, and introduces non-market approach to promote mitigation and adaptation. So next between difference between carbon trading of Kyoto Protocol and Paris Agreement. So what is carbon trading in Kyoto Protocol, and another is Paris Agreement. So Kyoto Protocol is limited to developed countries, whereas Paris Agreement is inclusive of all countries. Okay. Share of proceeds from CDM projects directed to the adaptation fund and 5% plus articles. Okay. Focused on project-based mechanism like clean development mechanism and joint implementations. Carbon combines market-based and non-market-based approaches. So it is basically very inclusive in case of Paris. Kyoto was binding. Okay, please remember. So climate finance, recent, these are all a part of COP29, new collective quantified goal. Okay. It is a local and national transnational funding from public-private alternative sources to support climate change mitigations and adaptation. So loss and damage fund, it was earlier in Egypt, COP27. Green climate fund, it is also earlier. Adaptation fund, small climate change and least development countries fund. These are all earlier one. Global environment facility. Okay. From the in the next video, we will be starting with this 2.2.6 global environment facility. Okay. I am stopping my video here. Okay. I hope you all please mark the important section 1. And before going, I just like to convey you all a request that please share, comment and subscribe if not, and if you are new viewers, please subscribe it. Okay. Thank you. Have a good day and bye bye.